10 habits every developer needs to have. Hey developers, let's cut straight to the chase. What separates a good developer from a great one? It's not just raw talent, it's habits. That's right, the little things you do every single day can either accelerate your growth or hold you back. Today we're diving into 10 habits that every developer needs to develop to level up their skills, boost productivity, and keep their sanity intact. Trust me, after 25 years in the game, I've seen what works and what doesn't, and these habits are game changers. Welcome to Startup Hack. I'm Spencer Thomason, and here at Startup Hack, we love to train software developers in our licensed coding boot camps and to build custom software solutions. I do a lot of work as a fractional CTO. With over a decade of executive leadership and a solid 25 years in software development, I've mastered the art of transforming technology, teams, and products. Now look, I get it. Every developer loves writing code and loves writing that one slick one line of code, and it feels like wizardry. But here's the deal. Clever code might impress your ego, but readable code wins every single time. You're not writing code just for machines. You're writing it for other developers and future you. Keep your code simple, clear, and easy to follow. Trust me, your team will thank you, and it saves you headaches when you come back to that code 6 months later and wonder what on earth you were thinking. Now, just because something works doesn't mean it's done. Great developers make a habit of refactoring their code to improve their structure and maintainability right before they check it in. Now, again, you still want to make sure you test, but a good cleaning of your code right before you check in is a great pattern. It's like cleaning your room. You need to do it regularly to keep things in order. Refactoring might seem like a chore, but it's what turns messy, functional code into a masterpiece that stands the test of time. And don't wait until the code is a disaster zone. Make refactoring a regular part of your routine. Now, if you're doing something more than once, you're wasting time. As developers, we have the luxury of automating so many of our tasks, from testing to deployments. The less time you spend on repetitive grunt work, the more time you can spend on building new features and solving interesting problems. So use automation to your advantage. Set up continuous integration pipelines, automate tests, and deployment scripts. It'll free up your time and reduce human error. Now, I know testing isn't exactly the most glamorous part of development, but it's a habit every great developer needs. And no, I don't just mean running it once to see if it works. I mean really testing it. Write unit tests, integration tests, and make sure your code can handle edge cases. Testing not only ensures your code works today, but it protects from future changes that could introduce bugs. A great developer knows that untested code is just waiting to fail. And if your company has systems that aren't connected, reach out to us here at Startup Hack, because our specialty is connecting systems to help your company work like a well-oiled machine. So check out startuphack.com/Spencer, and we'd love to help you out. Now, technology changes fast, and if you're not learning, you're falling behind. Great developers stay curious and make a habit of learning new languages and frameworks and tools. It's not about chasing every shiny new thing. It's about keeping your skills sharp and adaptable. The languages and frameworks we use today won't be the same in 5 or 10 years. So invest in yourself by learning something new. Read blogs, attend conferences, take courses, whatever works for you. I really like Alex Hormozi, and he says the most important investment you can make is in yourself. Now, here's one that's non-negotiable. If you're not using version control like Git, stop everything and start using it today on every project, no matter how small. It's more than just a great way to back up your code. It's a lifeline for tracking changes, collaborating with teams, and rolling back when things inevitably go wrong. Mastering Git commands like branching, merging, and rebasing will save you hours of frustration and prevent catastrophic code conflicts. Trust me, no one wants to be the developer who accidentally overwrites an entire day's work. As a manager, whenever something goes wrong, the very first thing that I go and do is check the Git commits to see what changed. Now here's another big one. Great developers don't just write code, they solve problems. Coding is just a tool we use to get there. Make it a habit to step back and think about the why behind the code. What problems are you solving for? Are there better ways to approach it? Sometimes the best solution isn't the most obvious one, and by focusing on the problem, you can come up with more innovative and efficient solutions. I often find that as I focus on the problem, I find the simple solution, and the simple is usually the best. Now, code isn't the only language you need to master. Clear communication is just as important, whether it's through comments in your code, documentation, daily stand-ups. Make it a habit to communicate effectively. Your team needs to understand what you're working on, why you're doing it, and how it impacts the bigger picture. Miscommunication leads to wasted time, misunderstandings, and frustration. A great developer not only writes good code, but makes sure everyone understands the purpose behind it. And again, always try to be positive in your communications. It really helps to build the team. Now, Another really big one for developers. Burnout is real, and if you don't take care of yourself, your productivity will plummet. I know it's tempting to grind through hours of coding, but take regular breaks. It will actually boost your focus and creativity. Step away from your screen, take a quick walk around the block, grab a coffee, something. When you get back, you'll have a fresh eye and a clearer perspective. It's about working smarter, not harder. So make sure that you build in breaks to keep your mind sharp. I say that if you're ever starting to feel yourself spin your wheels, throw down your tools, walk away, take a breath, you'll come back with a fresh perspective. Now, documentation is like the vegetables of software world. Everyone knows it's good for you, but no one wants to do it. So here's the truth though. Good documentation saves a lot of time, confusion, and future headaches. Make it a habit to document your code and your projects and keep it up to date. It doesn't have to be an essay, but just enough to explain what code does, why certain decisions were made, and how someone else can use it or modify it. You'll thank yourself later, and so will your team. One of the most important places that you can do really good documentation is in your Git commits. This is a huge help when you're going back to review past commits. Now, one of the best habits you can develop as a programmer is knowing when to ask for help. No one knows everything, and that's okay. If you're stuck on a problem, don't waste hours banging your head against the wall. Reach out to a colleague, mentor, or community. Great developers don't let their egos get in the way of learning or getting things done. Staying humble and open to feedback will make you a stronger programmer in the long run. Now finally, make it a habit to reflect on your work. At the end of a project or even a long day of coding, take a moment to think about what went well and what didn't. Do your own little retro. What could you improve? What did you learn? Reflection is crucial for growth as a developer, as for a human, and it's how you turn experience into expertise. The more you practice this, the faster you'll improve and the more effective you'll be in the future. Now, what are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I love having a great discussion, so make sure you leave a comment down below, if nothing else, just to say hi, and make sure to like and subscribe to our channel because I try to bring you valuable content. Here at Starter Pack, we love to train software developers in our licensed coding boot camps and to build custom software solutions for companies. So reach out because we'd love to help. Hit the links down below or check out starterpack.com/Spencer today.